Hey, Cactus Crew. Hey, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you being here. We're going to be watching Katie's TikTok from the weekend. If you're new here, hi, I'm Bill. Welcome to a CB Live. I hope you stick around. You can come in, have a chin wag with the Cactus Crew in chat. Obviously, we are going to be discussing it as we go. Replay crew, make sure you check out the timestamps. They are in the description box. And there's also like a bunch of links down there, which after the live, I'll put in a pinned comment. Make sure you check them out because, it's where we've been. And like before we start, I'm going to play a clip from one of Katie's past videos, just so we can refresh our mind and get on the right page with who we're dealing with here, because it's hard to get across to people that are totally believing in the documentary, just people that don't doubt documentaries. They think documentaries are the truth. And I'm sorry to tell you, but that isn't the truth. It's a play with your mind. And also, Katie being a part of anything, we still have our working mind. We aren't biased to Katie, like just because we hate Katie. I don't hate it because I don't have, I don't care about her enough to hate her. But, we aren't anti-Katie so much that our brains aren't working. Take Katie out of it and there's still that huge a huge gap where 7M is not Shekinah church. And I'm sure maybe Shekinah has some cult traits like all churches do, but that's not what we're talking about. The title of the documentary is Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult. It's not the Shekinah church cult. And, 7M is the dancers. So Katie is very confused, but she's also the star. She is soaking up that spotlight. Oh my gosh, I've never seen her look so, I don't know, insert the word there because I can't come up with it. Can you? Well, we're going to get into it. And yeah, what was I going to say? Something brain. If you would like to follow me, you can. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and X at itscrystalbill. And yeah, everything's my own opinion. Been on this carousel from hell since 2019. So I really hope you check out the rest of my videos. There's the 7M versus no, it's without a crystal ball versus 7M playlist. Yes, it's got a big playlist now. Okay, I'll see you on the other side with the truth from Katie's mouth, and then we will get into watching her TikTok from the weekend. Take a deep breath. Here we go. Oh, I'm pretty proud with that intro. What's my score? It's very rarely that I get through an intro and I'm proud of it. But Katie, I'm excited to watch her TikTok because I haven't watched it yet. I only watched the first 2 minutes and then that ended up as a reel on my Instagram. So yeah, you can go check it out at itscrystalbill. But we're here for the whole thing. And yeah, before we get into it, I just want to play this clip of Katie because who Katie portrays herself is not who Katie Joy is. Katie's only qualifications is a degree in Spanish. Yeah. So that's it. She hasn't been trained or has any qualifications on how to advocate for victims, how to work with victims, how to, not further traumatize them. And yeah, she revealed something shocking on May 28. I'll just bring it in. Oh, when it's set up, I don't know what to do. When you clean your room and you're like, where does everything go? Okay, so I'm just going to play it and then she's going to let us know about the honest truth. Who is Katie? I don't want to press play. I don't want to press play.
For me, were like challenging at times because it's a high stress environment, and I've never dealt with people like literally just walking out of a cult. I had never dealt with like the emotions that come with that. And I had never dealt with it. For me, were like challenging at times because it's a high stress environment, and I've never dealt with people like literally just walking out of a cult. I had never dealt with like the emotions that come with that. And I had never dealt with people that have been out of a cult getting triggered by the trauma of the story coming back to life. And that created a dynamic for at least me, where I was like, I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know how to handle it. And it was a learning curve. And I think that was emotional for me because I didn't want to hurt them. And then also, when you're dealing with trauma and topics that are highly charged around alleged sexual assault, physical assault, like alleged labor trafficking.
Okay, then she goes into her list because she enjoys those words. So up until this point, from 2019, well, when did she start doing her cult, polygamy, sister wives thing? 2020, at least 4 years, right? Covering cults, polygamy, as if she's an advocate with no training, doing harm because she enjoys detailing the abuse that people go through. She also enjoys, well, she doesn't enjoy, but she feels she has a right to everyone's story. If they've told her, that's her claim. She can take that and relay it on a live later on. Because it's Katie Joy, she can do whatever she wants without even being present and knowing like the harm that she's caused. So anyway, now let's watch her TikTok where she crosses boundaries within the first 2 minutes. And I've brought it closer because
1,800 likes, that's a
being
lot.
at arm's length. And so here we are. Oh gosh, Katie. Oh gosh, it's even bigger when I did that. No, Toad, I'm not speaking about you. Is it too big? Life's biggest questions. Oh, I keep saying big a lot, don't I? Well, Katie, the big star is in the room with us. Welcome, Katie. We have been waiting for you and your brows. And this is a staph infection that she's had since 2020. And because she's in active addiction, in my opinion, but I mean, if you have gone through substance abuse, if you've gone through addiction, the signs are all over her, even the alcoholism, and she has admitted to it all. And I don't like this filter she's got on because her eyes are so big. Okay, let's just press play.
1,800 likes, that's a lot. Is that a lot? I don't know. I was like on here yesterday, and I think Gypsy Blanchard was live, and I noticed that she had like 47,000 people watching her. And I was like, Jesus Christ, that's like a lot of people watching you, Gypsy. It's on Netflix. Kendra and Tie Dyes are together, but Robert made them get married. And they're not married, actually. They are not married at all. Tie Dyes is still legally married to his wife. Yes, I am going on Juicy Scoop. I have my interview set up for Monday.
What time is it in Minnesota right now? We go back 13 hours. I don't know. It's not Monday morning, is it? Or is it? I don't know. So yeah, we've got Katie to look forward to on Juicy Scoop with Heather McDonald. How's that going to go? It's been a while since Heather and Katie. I don't think Katie's ever been on Juicy Scoop, but I think maybe Heather was interviewed on Katie's channel. But the last time I came across Heather, because I mean, I was really interested in her stuff for a while because she does stand-up comedy as well. And what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, the last thing I saw was her and Annie Elise. I think Heather might have gone on 10 to Life, the podcast, and it was really cool. It was so much better than Katie could ever dream of. Is it too close? Are you guys freaking out? We can't do anything about it. So, you know, I'm just adding to the whinge.
Don't be mean to Heather, please. I love Heather. She's very nice. But Heather also covered the story. So Kendra and Tight Eyes were dating, but he basically said, you guys need to get married. God said you need to get married. And yeah. Heather McDonald of Juicy Scoop. They won't get pregnant. Robert doesn't allow them to have babies. He didn't allow them to leave the cult. They fled. KLOE and Daniel like literally escaped, and they like hid for months after they left. I speak to Daniel's sister, Leah. But yeah, they're like.
Yeah, so that's a lie because she, you know, said, but she also licked her lips because she can't stop lying. Everything that comes out of her mouth is a lie. So yeah, Daniel, no, KLOE is Robert Shinn's daughter, and then she married Daniel. I got so confused because, yeah, I don't know who Leah is. I'm like, have I heard of that name before? Sometimes I tune out, so if I miss anything, you can, you know, leave the timestamp below.
Living far away from, they're still terrified of Robert. People that leave that are close to Robert are very scared after they leave. You know, Melanie's story, I don't want to speak for Melanie, but there's a lot about her story she didn't share. Her leaving was very difficult because she was in a very different situation because Robert had a lot of control over her. So it was very hard for her to leave. And I think that it's the way that her friend explained that he had to have a bat is because of the situation that she was in at the time. Leah does speak to Daniel. Yes. Daniel and KLOE don't want to speak right now, and I want to respect that. I'm trying to be respectful of like those that did leave that don't want to speak. They were involved in some shit though. Like that's the problem. I think some of them don't want to talk because they were co-conspirators. They were victims of Robert, but then they were also like co-conspirators to crimes. And so a lot of them don't want to speak because they have dirty hands because they're all kind of participating in illegal activities. Robert, in my opinion, doesn't do anything above board. He's does almost everything illegally, in my opinion.
Okay, and if you haven't already got to the mindset of whatever Katie says, that's what she does. So what she is accusing Robert Shinn of, she does herself. That's why she's so sure, because she's just projecting her shit onto Robert Shinn. We know that Katie is an abuser. We know that she neglects her child, her son, her animals. Her husband is emasculated. No one gets to speak out against Katie. Her subscribers get blocked if they disagree with her or if they criticize her, or even just, you know, offering criticism, like friendly criticism. This is how you could maybe do better. Block. She will block you automatically. And there's so many, and that's why no one knows what's going on, because it's just a constant refresh of subscribers. She's either buying them, which we know she is, and that's what Robert Shinn has requested in Discovery, for her to hand over her financials, and if she's buying subs and buying likes and views. But she's been stalling because, you know, when you're a liar and you've only got lies, there's no truth. All you've got to do is stall, beat around the bush. That's all she's got. And that's all I've got too. And, you know, I like to use it in times like this where I don't want to move forward. Because, Katie, this is like, why can't you just do a little walk past Toad so he can go yes or no, whether you need to look in the mirror or, you know, and I'm not saying that to be mean, because if you were, you know, if your mind wasn't riddled with addiction and you saw reality, you would be like shocked. And here you are on your little press run and you're the star and the spotlight, and you've got like NARS Radiant concealer highlighting your staph infection that's like hanging down so low it looks like it's going to come across your face. You don't look well. I shouldn't be worried for you.
Miranda and James's relationship and marriage was exactly the same. They were told to get married, but they were dating. I don't think outside of the cult they would have gotten married. That's just kind of my, nobody in their lives saw that relationship as a long-term, we're going to get married relationship. Robert kind of forced the marriage. I was the archival consultant on the series. I love Haley and Haley. We're all good. I'm in a group chat with them. We talk all the time. No, they were, yeah. They are legally married. BDASH and Miranda are legally married now. They weren't for a long time, even though they were saying they were married.
What has that got to do with anything? You know, Katie, you also said that like Robert was like that BDASH lured her into 7M. They were together before 7M was even created in 2021. BDASH and Miranda were together in 2020. You don't make sense because you've just like speculated, and anyone that like comes up with opposing opinions, you shut down rather than going and like researching to see maybe that person has a point. Maybe I am on just a one-track, narrow-minded point of view and I can't see the bigger perspective, because you just absolutely killed the story with exaggeration, dramatized it. You don't even know if you're talking about Shekinah Church or 7M. You don't even know what the title of the documentary is. Oh, man. Oh, Cactus high five, Diesel girl. Do you like Diesel, the musician, or just Diesel? Do you drive a diesel car? Oh, I'm so interested more in your name than this. No, anything, distraction. Oh, Cactus high 10. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, we will carry on now. Katie, that hair, you just get a haircut, get a fringe. You would look so good. You can even get little clip-on fringes. I'll wear one if you wear one. We'll all wear one, Katie.
Look at all these people. It says Aaron followed the live creator. Heidi followed the live creator. Look at all these people joining. Do you remember that live? She's like, join in. Join in. Look at you. Oh, all these people. Now that I said following the live creator, now all these people are following the live creator. Thank you for the gift. Why does covering cults matter to me? Because I grew up Catholic.
Before you go into your little spew about growing up Catholic, this just reminds me of your time on Periscope. Oh, keep giving me hearts, keep giving me hearts. Am I popular? Oh my God. Like, how do people with ADHD do this? Like, Katie's got ADHD apparently, but we know she doesn't, because how is she even able to pay attention? There's too many things going on. When you're live, like chat, anyone that's been on TikTok live, from the creator point of view, do you see all that shit on your screen? Because that's a turn off. Can you turn them off? Guys, and for next time I record on TikTok, if anyone knows if I can turn off the chat, or do you guys want the chat? Because I don't want the chat because it blocks Katie's face, you know, that beautiful face. We need to see her.
And there was a lot of religious abuse in my life, and I didn't really deconstruct from the abuse in my life until I became an adult. And I wish I would have had someone like fighting for me as a kid. And so I kind of just feel like if I can help other people, that's kind of where I come from. I don't share a lot about my background. So, but yeah, there was a lot of religious abuse in my life. So.
You can't just jump to another platform and come up with a whole different life. You have overshared about your life. You have stolen other people's stories, and it's obvious, and written it in as your own. You did not, your story is not yours. There was no religious abuse. Because, Katie, you don't talk like someone who's gone through therapy and like has recovered. You are obsessed with the details of the abuse and you can't move past it. And the way that you re-traumatize people by sharing those details, like if you had gone through religious trauma, why do you just repeat the same stuff over and over that causes trauma, but you don't experience that yourself? Because is it a lie? Rhetorical, Katie. Rhetorical, please don't talk. I'm just having a look at chat. Sorry, chat. I'm trying to like find my comfort. I'm a little bit off put with how close we are. I'm regretting my decision right now. Should have just left it at arm's length. She doesn't share a lot. No, this is her new leaf, you know. Her leaf has turned over and we are a new person today. Well, she's got a new biography, doesn't she? I think she changed her biography. Yeah, because she's an archival consultant, a fact checker, and a bullshitter.
Thank you for your hearts. Oh, those are so cute. It says I'm a popular live. Does that mean anything? God should never be used to control everyone. I've never done TikTok before, you guys. I don't know what this is. There's only like 154 of you that are watching. I watched you for years on YouTube. Oh, hi, Devin. Oh, good. Thank you for coming on here. You're a Jehovah's Witness. Oh, you're in a cult. I don't know how to tell you that, but you're in a cult. My boyfriend from high school was in a Jehovah's Witness, and that cult is scary.
She doesn't understand that, like, there's extreme groups, there's extreme sides of all religious groups. Telling someone that's a Jehovah's Witness that their religion is a cult? Who the fuck are you, Katie? Basically, like I said, if you apply the cult traits to churches, to religion, yes, it fits. But cult is also short for culture. And you just really she needs to state that there's extremists, not their whole entire religion. She just pisses me off because she's just so broad and general when things are specific. She's not worldly. Can you imagine her in another country? Yeah, okay. You see how popular her popular smile was? She could not, I've never seen her smile so, I mean, it's been a while since we've seen her so happy. But I guess when you're popular.
He was excommunicated. Oh, you're not in a cult. No, you are. You are in a cult. Jehovah's Witnesses is for sure cult. Like scary cult. Like creepy, scary cult. So the female mentors are Hannah and Shirley. And then there were like, KLOE was a mentor when she was there. Christina is also a mentor.
Mentor. It's mentor, isn't it? She's saying it wrong, isn't she, guys? Add that to the list. Mentor?
Hannah is Miranda's mentor. and Miranda's still in the cult. So that's really all the update I have. I would say there's like less than 20 people in his cult right now. Oh, look at that. I think, oh, every time someone does a heart, those are so cute. My son and I do that all the time. Like we do like matching out, like.
We do matching out. Her brain couldn't like put together, we match it on like, they must do, you know, separate hands, but oh my God. Oh, did she criticize Miranda's hair? Is that like in a post? She's just got nothing and she's going hard on Miranda. Any woman that is successful, Katie is threatened by. Emily D. Baker, LB, the list goes on. CC, you know, can't think anymore, but every single person that she's come across basically threatened by anyone who's successful.
KLOE has no relationship with her father. And I don't think that I don't know that she'll ever speak out. She should. I mean, frankly, she was a victim of his, but she also victimized people, which she should apologize for. So how the mentors work is that all day, every day, they have to email their mentors everything that they're doing. So literally they have to be like, I ate oatmeal, then I worked out for 30 minutes, then I did Bible study, then this person contacted me. And then if that person contacted them and that mentor doesn't like that person, they'll have to tell them what to tell that person. And they'll remind that person, like, we don't deal with people like that. Remember, that person's demonic. Remember, they're not here for us. They're not going to help you on your spiritual journey. And then they literally have to like message them throughout the day about everything that they're doing. So then it's like, oh, I went for a walk. Oh, I prayed for 15 minutes. I did my daily whatevers. Like it's, and then the mentors are like constantly telling them what to do. And so he wants them to fully submit to them. And so like, they can't buy anything unless they get permission. They can't post anything unless they get permission. Like on their social media, they have to get permission to do everything. And their mentors have passwords to all of their social media. They have emails. They control their email addresses. They control their.
How were Miranda and James able to buy a dog? Go off. They went off and bought a dog. They went and prepared for it. Surely they don't have the money for it if their money is controlled. Katie, I also have, I might have to do a separate video on it, but way back in your post from 2022 when you were saying that Miranda was dancing in real estate owned by Robert SHINN in all those mansions and stuff, someone actually commented under your thing letting you know that you were wrong, you were making up a story, and then they provided a link. And it was actually a promo to an ad that Miranda was part of, filmed at this guy's mansion. See what you don't, like, you really, until you are questioned by the dancers, like Concrete and Gordon, they both questioned you, like, stop spreading bullshit on your page. And then you're like, what's bullshit, you know? What's wrong? Or all the stuff that I said about dancing, that's just my opinion. But you'd state it as fact. You want to be believable. You want to be credible. You want people to see you as the only source. But you've never, ever had sources. Ever. You've just learned to say the word sources. Your whole life is a lie. And here you are, now you're a whole new character. You think that the internet is not forever. Your proof is out there because you're a YouTuber and you're so desperate that everything is on film. Everything. You ignoring your son who's crying out for you. You demonstrating what Josh did to his sister. You taking your son off formula that he needs to grow and putting him on broth. You admitting to making your son failure to thrive to get the feeding tube. You admitting to being an alcoholic, too hungover to raise your son who you neglected. You wrote about that too. 4.5 years he was left with hydrocephalus. Yes, his head was growing. And Katie, posting Like nothing. No idea, because she doesn't live in reality, because she is in active addiction and has been indulging in her vices for well over 2 decades by her own admission. Everything I say, I'll leave all the proof in the links below. After the live, they'll be in the pinned comment. Make sure you check them out, because I believe Katie is more evil than Robert Shinn. I believe that Katie is more evil. She's just projecting her own shit, what she does. She buys subs. She abuses everyone in her life, even her subscribers, even her son, even her animals.
Their emails, they control their. Hannah is in the bank accounts of them, so she like takes money out, moves it around. They cannot freely watch social media. In fact, they're told not to. Like, they can't just watch whatever they want on TV. They'll remind them they shouldn't be putting filth into their brain. They're told not to speak to certain people, not to talk to friends, not to watch TV, not to listen to certain music. Vic is in the cult. No matter what any of you say, Vic is in the cult. You have to be invited to the church services. The IRS should be interested, but I mean, here's the thing with the feds, they don't tell you what they're doing. Melanie Wilking has not talked to Miranda since the series. That's what she said on Access Hollywood.
She hasn't spoken to her since her wedding. That's what she said on Access Hollywood. But you can't. Why is nothing straightforward with you? Because you've got to put your spin on it. Because you don't know what the truth is. I'm just having a look. Yeah, exactly. She is. She has been proven to be a stalker of Tati. I mean, straight out of Trisha Paytas's mouth. The Katie's a stalker, going too far, crossing boundaries, making people scared for their own life. But she's never scared for her own life. She's never scared for her son's life. Why? Because she's the one pulling all the strings. Oh my goodness.
It is a shame. Robert is actually ruining Miranda's career. Miranda never was a liar. She was always super honest. She was like the sweetest human being ever. She never would have lied to her family. She never would have lied to her friends. And literally, Miranda is like a pathological liar now for Rob.
And you're a puppet. You don't know Miranda. You don't know Melanie. You don't know Kelly. You don't know Dean Wilking. They are using you. You were like, oh, she was the sweetest. She never lied. You don't know Miranda. You're just going off what hearsay, what her sister has said, because her sister and her parents have an agenda to use you to spread the word, get the word out there more, because you just go to town. If you want to see what Katie's posts were, they're all in the amended summons, and I went through it in a video, and that's linked below. Over and over and over again, the same thing, different day. No new information. And still, after the documentaries come out, she's still wanting to exaggerate, but there's no new information still. And she's like, I got people coming to my DMs. Everyone wants to let me know, you know, they're proud of me for putting my name out there and saying the most out of anyone, basically butchering this whole documentary.
Robert. I mean, he makes them feel like it's okay to lie because they're like above everyone else. Robert will say that they're not affiliated with anyone, but his belief system comes from the new Reformation, new apostolic Reformation, extremely alt-right prophet. They believe in like prophets. It's like charismatic Pentecostalism. They speak in tongues. Everything is about demonic possession, spiritual attacks, very deep into like Revelation and the end of the world and preparing for Jesus's return. It's biblical, but it's not because of the prophecy aspect. So it's dangerous because anyone that gets involved in it and becomes a leader can basically be like, I'm God. And so they don't have to use the Bible anymore because it's like, I'm God and God is talking directly to me. Robert's sermons, you heard some of those in the series. Marley's one of Miranda's friends, and she said she's a completely different person. It's terrifying. I can't express how worried I am about her. Yeah, I was actually just talking to Kelly about this earlier today, and I was like, isn't it weird, like, how easily Miranda can lie now? Like, Miranda will just lie to anyone for anything.
That's you. You will lie about anything and everyone just to get that one up. And that's what you've done your whole life. But I love how you're talking to Miranda's mum. Oh, Kelly, can you believe how much she lies now? Oh my gosh, if you take me back to, just 2 weeks ago when I came across you guys, you don't know these people. These people, the Wilkings, I believe, are totally buttering you up and using you, making you feel good, giving you so many compliments. Like, you have never got that many. These people like you. You're finally in. This is your happy, shiny people moment, except you're the happy, shiny person. And the victims' voices are overridden by you. They can't even get out and speak on this press tour because you are just clogging the drain with constant posts. If you couldn't get your point across in the docuseries, what makes you think you're going to get your point across now? Because by putting your face on fucking camera, it just shows us that your priorities are in the wrong place. Online drama, this docuseries, ignoring the lawsuit that you're in. You were being sued in like April 2022. And then you're just stalling that lawsuit so that you can get the info that the docuseries needed that was under a protective order, but you were willing to do anything to be a part of this. And you're the only person, no sane person would go and break the law just to get information for a Netflix docuseries. That is solely based on allegations. Nothing has been proven in court. And you're not even allowing the process to happen. You're just totally disregarding how the law system works. You're totally disregarding innocent until proven guilty. Wouldn't you want someone to give you that same benefit? Or would you want someone to, publicly prosecute you, drag you through the mud publicly, online? Katie, I'm waiting for your response. Sorry, you can't speak up, can you? There's too much crap in your mouth. Oh my goodness. Isn't Melanie enjoying her? Like, someone said she has now moved to a different state. I haven't looked into it, but if she has broken like the reins that like her parents had over her, maybe she has a different perspective. But then she was interviewed on Access Hollywood and it didn't seem like she had changed her tune. Yeah, because in my opinion, I feel like the narcissistic parents, the Wilkings, Kelly and Dean, totally lost like control of Miranda and then went on that smear campaign to make sure that Miranda was not successful outside of the family to regain that control. But even Miranda was like, I've never seen that side of my family before. Oh, and then we had Katie like last week correcting Miranda's statement because Katie's the fact checker. Imagine that, like she is correcting someone's first person personal experience and saying Robert Shinn wrote that. She puts up stuff like as evidence and then we listen to it or we read it and it's not what she's trying to say it is. And that is a manipulation technique. That is a bit cult-like leader, isn't it, Katie? Once you get everyone on board thinking the same, no one will ever go against that grain, will they?
Like, I'll give you an example of the lies that Miranda is telling people right now. Miranda is telling people that she's out of the church, that don't worry, she's not involved with Robert Shinn. She doesn't even go to Shekinah anymore. She's definitely not in the cult. 7M isn't managing her. And she's just on her own doing life by herself with her husband, which is all a freaking lie. She's lying about all of it. All of it. She lied in her statement about the situation where the whole, like, my family threatened me, I was scared of my family, or Melanie was mad at me for praying. Listen, if you know anything about the way that Robert prays, Melanie would have a right to tell Miranda to stop praying. They scream and yell when they pray. They are extremely abusive in their prayers, and nobody that would be a rational person would want to listen to someone pray like that, because it's not normal. And when you are dealing with the death of your grandfather and you have someone being kind of abusive with their prayers and screaming, like, why would you want to hear that? And they weren't not supporting her because she was a Christian. They were not supporting her because she's in an abusive cult and Robert was manipulating her and taking advantage of her. Am I the real Katie? Yeah. Yes, I do still do without a crystal ball. It's on my, that's what this is. What you're looking at right now.
Dude. Heaven, where did you say it? My hatred for Katie. Like I said, I don't care enough about Katie to hate her, okay? I'm pointing out Katie's bad behavior. I'm pointing out the red flags that this woman is not to be believed. I mean, I've been around since 2019. I'm not someone just willy-nilly coming up with this decision. Go have a look at all my videos. Maybe go watch something. Maybe you should be sit down with your mind and allow different perspectives. Because if you've got a narrow-minded point of view on this, it's not going to help you. Katie wants your mind to be shut off and closed. What Katie is saying is going on is not the true story. There may be some truth to it, but how she's presenting it is not how it is, because how she's presenting it, we've seen Katie apply the same traits, the same bullshit that she's spewing to Cody Brown, to Jim Bob, because she doesn't have the capacity in her mind to see the broader picture or to go and research and understand the uniqueness of this cult. What makes this cult different? What is about this cult? She's so general and broad. And if you're just going to butter her up and believe what she, just willy-nilly open your mouth and swallow whatever she dishes out, I can't be a part of that. Don't come in here and say that my hatred is blinding me. I don't hate Katie. I do not hate Katie. I don't care for her enough. I care for her son. I care for the animals. That's what's kept me around. My gosh, I'm sorry, but you were just like totally blowing up chat over and over again, thinking that your opinion is the only right one. We're all allowed to have opinions. Don't push yours on anyone, and I don't push mine on anyone. We can have a discussion without you, going to the point of like belittling me. Because what does that do to your little argument? Okay, sorry to single you out, but I couldn't type. But there's a difference between Shekinah Church and 7M. They are two different entities. And you can say that they aren't, but they are. They were established in 2 separate years, and they both have separate business Like, they're two different things. One's a church, one is talent management. And 7M, the talent management, is run exactly how talent management is to be run. The only thing that's different is he's a pastor. He's a pastor. Sorry, I butchered that word. You know, he's a man of faith. And because Katie is anti-religion and she attacks religion like, you know, she went through religious abuse, blah, blah, blah. But she should be mad at her parents because they raised her to believe what she ended up believing, her misinterpretations of the Bible. I grew up Catholic, like up until year 12. Like we had a church at our school and read the Bible every day. Then I moved to the city and studied philosophy, broadened my mind. Like, I could see how my parents raised me like that, and I respect them for how they raised me, but I'm not going to hold that against them, you know, because she's never spread her wings. She's never left, like, the constraints that her parents have put on her mind, and she blames that on religion. There's a whole playlist she's written about it. I'll link it below, but yeah, she's just... And every cult story that she's like, oh, I was in a cult. No. She used a community church that were offering her help at a time of need when she played her pity story of being two parents to a medically fragile child that needed heart surgery. And so the church gave them money and gifts and everything. And once they'd exhausted that, and people started asking questions, then they left and called them a cult. And it's just, sorry, I was just reading. Okay, we'll just continue on with Katie.
And what you're... No, Dido is not. I don't even know who that girl is. I know that Isaiah helped her years ago, but no, she's not. I haven't heard a lot about how Miranda reacted. Miranda is on a pedestal. Robert really likes her, let's just say. Remember how Priscilla said that Robert really love bombed her and then he started grooming her? Robert really likes Miranda, and that's not a good thing. We don't know for sure that he is doing anything to her, but he is showing the same pattern with her than with the other women that he's done this to. Like, he's very fixated on Miranda. Like, he made her cut her hair the way that they wanted it. Like, people don't believe us, but the haircut was not her idea. That was their idea.
When you cut your hair off, was that your idea? I mean, 2019, you basically went through 3 different hairstyles and your hair fell out at the end. You just totally dismiss that she broke free from her family, cut her hair off because that's what you do when you start a new chapter of your life. Like, you should chop your hair off, Katie. The long hair needs a haircut. You are almost 50 years old and you're acting like a teenager. You're giving everyone uneasy vibes. Yeah, exactly. See, like Llama Girl says, I cut my long dark hair into a short blonde bob when I left home at 18. Oh my God, complete change. And that's just, yeah, the freedom to do whatever you want, and also just the new identity that you are forming, becoming yourself, becoming, you know, Katie, you've never become anyone. You are still the same person you were at school, teenage mentality stunted by your substance abuse, but also you're still the same person you were in 2019, 2020 when Tati Westbrook sued you for defamation because Swanson, her business partner, used you to smear her online, just like Melanie is using you to smear Robert Shinn online. Do you not see how you can be used? The very people that are using you are your best friends. You know, they're gentle, they're sweet.
So yeah.
Change must be so hard for her to understand. Literally has not changed or grown, repeats the same thing over and over because she hasn't done anything wrong in her mind, you know?
They're probably going to try to turn off all their comments, and they're also going to probably start to say, we're not in a cult. We're of our free will. Robert's done nothing to hurt us. He's not our manager. They're going to do whatever they can to become profitable again, but just don't listen to their lies, because Miranda is still in the cult. BDASH is still in the cult. Tight-Eyes, Kendra, Reno, Vic, they're all still in the cult.
And they are making money and being successful. BDASH just did a Prada ad where he modeled for it. Oh my God, so hot. I'll link it below. And Miranda and BDASH were also backup dancers in Roadhouse, the movie, the latest redo. So, yeah, you know, it sounds like they're pretty financially stable. Katie, unlike you, everything really is, you are projecting. Look how unsure you are. What can I say next?
No, they didn't want her to look less like Melanie. He did the same thing to his daughter. He cut her hair off. He turned it blonde. They're trying to like make her like the marketable Barbie blonde girl. Like he thinks that what's marketable are blonde girls. Like that's what he thinks is going to make him money. And he tried to do it with his daughter, who's obviously half Korean, and she's very beautiful. But unfortunately, KLOE's talent as a singer wasn't that great. They didn't have that much success. And with Miranda, if you noticed anything about Miranda, she's got very dark brown hair. And I don't know if you guys have ever had, if you have dark brown hair, like it's like me, but when you're like this, you are not supposed to have blonde hair. Like once your hair gets to a certain darkness, you can have really bad time with bleach. And Miranda's hair just doesn't look as healthy as it used to be. And it's very hard for someone that's that dark to go blonde. It's very hard on the hair. It's just.
This is a topic that is out of your league, Paulson. Oh my God, I can't believe that you are doing this. You're giving it the bleach spin. Oh, guys, her hair is too dark. Obviously, it's exactly like mine. And what I did was, so Katie got her hair bleached and then failed to do any upkeep. Didn't apply any masks, no extra moisturizer. It went so fried, like it basically ended up falling out because she couldn't stop touching it and she wasn't looking after it, because there's a special way you need to look after your blonde hair. It's not like you can just get it bleached and fried and then call it a day. And what ended up happening was it ended up going yellow and real stringy. And yeah, her hair ended up falling out and she blamed it on stress. But really it was her hairdresser who should have not done that, because Katie's hair is not thick and can't handle that. But it was the hottest she'd ever looked. You know, she was really feeling herself, and you know, good on her. But applying bleach not working for her, now applying that to Miranda is like stupid. Miranda is smart enough. Hers looks professionally done. It's also not how yours was done. Like Katie's was not done like foil style. It was full on, you know, how they do it online. Like full on just painted her head with bleach. And she had a shaved side of her head as well at that point. But yeah, we've come a long way since then. And Katie, I miss my blonde hair. I so miss my blonde hair. My hairdresser went missing during lockdown. And then when I came out of lockdown, everything was way too expensive. And now I've got stupid brown hair. And I miss my blonde hair, you know, and so that's all I wanted to complain about. I forgot what Katie's saying, but Miranda looks so good, so fresh-faced, starting a new chapter in her life, only to be teared down by someone who's still in the same chapter she's been in her entire life. There's no separate chapters. There's only separate eyebrow chapters, you know? These are the days of my eyebrows. Oh gosh, we just got to have a little joke, because really, when you use the wrong stencil, people start talking about your eyebrows, but then you give her advice and she blocks you.
It's sad because she used to have super thick hair, and it's just not like that anymore.
Have you touched it? Do you know? So just by looking at a photo, you can tell. Katie, just by looking at your hair, I can tell it is unhealthy. It's like dragging you down. You look like you should be auditioning for The Ring. That's, you know, not, where's the body? Where's the volume? Is that the same thing? I think so. I wouldn't know. I've got curls, you know, and then I try and straighten it, and then I end up looking like this. No, I don't. No, I don't. But God, imagine shitting on someone for like changing and becoming a better, like, just imagine shitting on someone for changing without your permission. Everything remains the same in the Paulson house. Everything. Nothing has changed.
I think everyone is a victim of Robert, but then they also become co-conspirators. I think Isaiah is a lot like his father. No, Isaiah is not trying to leave. Miranda has spoken to her mom, I know, since the documentary, but I think there's like expectation that the contact will get more and more limited. Twitch and Allison were not involved in the series. I have a video about that. Twitch and Allison were not in the cult at all. Robert records all of the sermons. Every single sermon at Shekinah is recorded, audio, video. So, and then members can access them. They also record them over Zoom. So nothing that was recorded was done illegally. California is a 2-part recording state. The recordings were available to members, and many people left.
Katie, in one of your articles where you talk about finding Jesus again, you know, I think it's called My Journey Back Home, you speak about finding that little community church and like running home because you wanted to listen to all the sermons, fully take it in. I'm pretty sure that it's common practice for sermons to be recorded and provided online for people that can't show up to the church. Get with the times, Paulson. It makes you look dumb if you don't know what you're talking about, okay?
This chick, who's this person? One of Robert's bots is here. Robert has a lot of bots. He likes to use fake accounts.
Katie Joy actually likes to use a lot of sock accounts, so much so that they were included in Tati's lawsuit as plus 100, because you don't really know the number, but they are there and they came out shining in that lawsuit. Yeah, so Katie, again, just speaking what she does. Imagine that, like calling someone who's differing opinion, they're a bot. They're a bot. They're a troll.
Daily ranking I don't know what that means. This says I'm popular. Why were they always screaming in the background of the sermons? It's a charismatic church, and I don't know if you've ever gone to a Pentecostal charismatic church, but generally speaking, they are very vocal and expressive and praise the Lord, hallelujahs. Charismatic churches they're different.
Heaven, please move on. That's the best advice that I can give you. I'm looking at you in chat and I'm looking at you saying, it seems like common sense is gone by these creators that won't admit it's a cult because KJ said it is. Again, I don't believe crap from her, but it's a cult. Okay, that's your opinion. But to shut down other people's opinion and to say it's because they're anti-KJ, guess what? I'm not anti-KJ. Not anti-KJ. Don't hate her. Don't give a flying fuck about her, really. I give a fuck about her kid and I give a fuck about her animals. 6 animals locked inside 24/7. That's my reason for being here. So I don't let Katie taint my brain, control my thought process, because I have a working brain. I'm not a follower, not anything, okay? So what are you going to put that spin on there? Just because I am not agreeing with you that 7M is a cult. I believe Shekinah Church might be a cult, but 7M, in my point of view, follow talent management procedures, protocol. That's how it's done. The competition between the dancers, that's how it's done. You can't expect to be the best if you don't follow the set, like, you know, this is what you've got to do to be successful. If you don't follow that, you won't be successful, but then don't go around and whinge at the people that have done that have done the hard work. Because people will try and tear you down once you reach the top spot. I don't believe 7M is a cult. Maybe Shekinah Church is, but that's not what we're talking about, because they are two separate entities and it's just one big, huge confusion thing, because Katie doesn't know what she's talking about and has applied the same thing. Like what she's saying about Robert Shinn, she said that about Jim Bob. She said that about Cody Brown. There's nothing different in how she goes about this. And we've followed Katie through multiple lawsuits. This is like her 5th or 6th defamation lawsuit for the same thing. Wouldn't you think that we know a little bit? We might not know the depth of the whole cult thing and like the background, what was happening before Katie came across 7M, but we have done the research and gone and looked since. We don't believe what Katie says, but we also don't dismiss the whole story. We have working brains. Allow that. Don't come in here and attack people. Don't blow up my fucking chat thinking that your opinion is above everyone's and that you are right. Allow discussion. Don't dictate. Otherwise, I might have to get my big Aussie boot and, you know what happened to Bart Simpson? I don't want to be rude, but, it just shits me when someone wants everyone to believe their point of view. There's multiple perspectives. We can talk about it without forcing stuff down other people's throats. Because I haven't seen you say anything different. In like 10 to 15 minutes, you've just been saying the same thing over and over and over and over, which is what Katie does. Bring something to the table. Maybe bring us a link that we can watch. Have you thought about that? Yes, and I will, if you post a link, I will watch the video, okay? Okay, moving on. Sorry to single you out again. Like, don't make me feel bad for you. Sorry, guys. And sorry to everyone in chat. Like, that heaven is annoying. Goose, if it like gets too much, you have my backing with the boot. Oh, actually, she might have gone now. Oh, I didn't want to make you leave. Oh, is she typing? Oh, she might be typing. She might be getting the link. It might be progress. Is it? Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, we'll just continue.
Like, I grew up Catholic, and when you're in a Catholic mass, it's very quiet. Charismatic churches are not like that at all. They speak in tongues, and that's to confuse. I was the archival consultant on the series. You're from Ireland, and if you make trouble, you're a noise. I mean, I grew up Catholic, and you didn't speak during mass. You just, it was very quiet. You just let the priest do his thing. I mean, people, at the church I grew up in, you only said amen when the priest told you to say amen. You know, you greeted people when the priest would say, like, say peace. If he would say, like, let's do the prayer together, that kind of thing. But, like, other than that, like, in the church I grew up in, you didn't speak. Sylvia followed you off of this live. I am on TikTok. People didn't know that. I was trying to get people from my Instagram over to here, so maybe that's where people are coming from. They can do some things by themselves, but they are always, like, very short. I'm not worried about the lawsuit at all, but I'm not going to talk about it. I don't care about it. The fact that he's divided families is wrong. Okay. Well, someone asked me, I always think it's funny when people are, like, asking you what the service is like, and then someone in the chat's like, I don't really care. Like, okay, but your comment had nothing to do with the person I was answering the question for. They wanted to know what the services were like. Miss Tootsie Pants that doesn't care.
Oh, I like it when we get to the stage and she gets a little bit pissed off with people because they're asking really direct questions.
You haven't seen me in a long time. I think Robert fulfills whatever need he thinks he needs to fulfill in someone. He's a predator, and he just looks for the weakness in people, and whatever attribute that person has that he can exploit, he will take advantage of. I grew up Catholic, 45 minutes in and out. Wow, 45 minutes? You only had a 45-minute mass? Wow. Okay, but his services, Robert's.
Yeah, ours were only like 45 minutes as well, or longer. I used to think that they'd go, I caught chicken pox in church. Yeah, that's one of my greatest things, you know. No one believed me and I was itching like crazy. And I was like, yes, I don't have to go back in there because I caught like chicken pox. But yeah, we used to go to church all the time. But I had ADHD. I wasn't really paying attention to what, like, everything. I was more interested in all the gold stuff and the eating and the drinking. Sorry, Katie, you're throwing me off. How long were your church things? How long did you go to church for, Katie? Maybe an hour and a half.
In and out. Wow, 45 minutes? You only had a 45-minute mass? Wow. Okay, but his services, Robert's, they will do worship for like 4 hours. So another thing about these charismatic churches is they do a lot of hypnotic, like, worship music. And they do the worship music for hours, and they will, like, speak in tongues during the worship. I have audio clips of their worship, and they speak in tongues.
Sorry, I was just going to say, like, have we heard them speak in tongues? I don't think we have, because all I can think of is my favorite song, Prosperity. Oh, how does the tune go? Prosperity is, oh, I've forgotten the tune, but it's a great song. Katie's just shared us like audio of them talking and joking about, like, they make a waterboard joke at an adult baptizing. Like, it's like she's never come across like adults being baptized, and she thinks that only babies can be baptized. She doesn't fully understand because she's never been part of society. You know, she's never, it's all how she interprets the world is in her head. Like, because she's a narcissist, she doesn't ask people. So it's what she's concluded. Same deal with the makeup. You know, Tati Westbrook sued her and she's still got bad makeup. You'd think she would have learnt, but no. Oh, Susie, I like that you're not Catholic, but you sent your kids to Catholic school. Probably because, like, probably a bit, well, to get them out of that public. Like, I'm glad I didn't go to public school in a way because, like, I went to Catholic school because I can't imagine having to decide what to wear every day. I like to wear the same thing every day anyway, but yeah, we had to wear a uniform. Thank God. Didn't have no choice. I'm the only one in my family, though, that went to a co-ed Catholic school all the way through. But my older brother and my two younger siblings, they went to like all girl and all boy schools. Yeah. So I turned out a bit different, a bit more rounded, you know. Katie.
They will start singing to Robert. They have songs where they start singing about money falling on them. They ask for money. They ask for money to fall on them. They ask for Jesus to bring money. They pray for Robert to deliver them to heaven. They literally pray to their pastor as though he's God. Yeah, 4-hour worship and then like 3-hour service. Robert is 66 years old. He'll be 66 or 67.
Whoa, Robert Shinn is only 10 years older than Katie. Yes, Katie will be 50 in 4 years. And this is what I mean. She's still coming across like she's stuck in her mid-20s. If you didn't know, Katie is a mum to a medically fragile child that she makes sleep in her bed. He's turning 12 this year. And also in the bedroom is kitty litter. And at night she locks up the 4 cats in cages, and that's also in her bedroom. And she thinks that she is providing a healthy environment for her son, but really her son is not her priority. Online drama, substance abuse, alcohol, and yeah, that's what her life is. That's how addiction has rewired her brain. That's why she's neglecting her own health. That's why we are looking at a staph infection left. And in my opinion, there's like some hookworm going on. I went way too deep, so I won't take you there. And I haven't even uploaded it onto Instagram or Twitter because I don't want to have that horror story permanently on my page. But yeah, there's hookworm infection going on because, like I said, there's the kitty litter in the bedroom and the cats are unvaccinated. There's 4 cats and 2 coonhounds locked in their house 24/7 because they don't want the cops coming again if their dogs are outside barking or jumping the fence because, you know, they can't just rock up when they're just totally off their face. Sketchy, you know. Or Katie, don't do that to your arm.
Miranda has been involved in 7M, or at least Shekinah, since 2020.
Oh my God, what's going on in chat? I need to be in the know here. Llama Girl says, a few months ago, KJ went to the court she had 2 cop cars parked either side of her at the back of the park. What? Where is this? where is this? You need to DM me. I'm like, then I can check my DMs. Sorry, anyone who DMs me. I'm going through like something seriously in my real life. Like in my real life, I'm getting attacked by a narcissist and totally knocked me down off my mountain, you know, and I'm laying on the ground and I'm still getting pelted. So I've totally disconnected, and now it's really affected my DMs. And so if you don't take it personally, it's an issue of my own. So usually when I get Llama Girl to message me, that's when I go and check my DMs after like 6 months. Oh, you don't want KJ to know you know, so please don't put it out there on Twitter. Guys, make sure, okay, lucky I saw that. Okay, well, I won't post about it, but could you like DM me just to clarify what the fuck you're talking about? And sorry to use swear words, but Katie provokes that from me. Oh my God, she spoke to she spoke to Jennifer, her lawyer. Where is it? I saw it and then it scrolled past it. She spoke to Jennifer through her rolled down window in the BMW. Was she driving or towed? Because I really don't think Katie can drive that BMW. There's no way that she can reach the pedals. Those things are massive. Oh my God. Well, I'm glad that my peripheral vision like saw that on the side. I'll probably forget it. My gosh. Was that her last court case? I mean, the last hearing? Wonder if Tabitha caught it in the car park. Oh my goodness. Oh, Katie was driving, but she likely had a booster seat. Oh my God. I just want to see her. I want to see her do a, you know, let's go driving with Katie. It's just so big. No, Toad, I'm not talking about you. Oh my gosh. Thanks for that little tidbit.
Her boyfriend was in a cult before this one, and then he moved into this cult. He cult hopped.
No, he was with a different management group, not another cult. Just because you've never taken part in anything, like you wouldn't even know, like sports camps and that, like where you go and you get better at performing. Like, look at me, like I know. But I did go to a surf life-saving camp once because I was really good at swimming, and that was all. Oh, the one before. Oh, so it's the court case before the last hearing. So it was the hearing before the last hearing, if that makes sense. Katie, too important to get out of the car. But I'm imagining tinted windows, and I know there's no tinted windows.
Oh. It said it was going to end in 5 minutes. Does that mean it's going to end in 5 minutes still? No, Twitch is not in this. I wish there was a way to like not answer the same questions over and over again.
Just don't answer them. You are in control of your mind, or are you not, cult leader?
Your mom was Southern Baptist. I have 28,000 likes. That's a lot. I don't know if that's a lot, actually. I've never been on TikTok. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm not going to speak about Mike Pence because I'm not going to go political. You're so invested. Well, please. Your husband's from Minnesota and he was baptized Catholic. You're a Christian. That's cool. We have not heard anything on Reno. Vic is not out. He is still in. Look at all these people following me from this. Does this mean I have a lot of followers now? I'm feeling better, yeah. They don't go out very much. Thank you. I'm looking so pretty tonight. Thank you. Thank you. I don't go live very much. That's just kind of weird. I have 11,600 followers. That's 200 more than I had when I started this live. That's good, right? Is that how you like build your networks on? I will have 1 million when they find out. I don't have 1 million on any of my platforms.
Is Emily at 1 million yet? We need to have a party when Emily D. Baker reaches 1 million. I mean, she must be there. She's pretty close. Katie, remember? Remember when Katie brought subscribers to have more subscribers than Emily when Emily first started her channel? Because she based her whole channel on me. I mean, she's only popular because of me. Really, Katie? I'm pretty sure Johnny Depp's court case made her more successful than you. A little bit itchy under there, are you? Might need a shave.
There's no filming that's happening. There's no second season at this time. Are they allowed to drink? I don't think they drink very much, to be honest. I am still on YouTube. Check my YouTube channel. I've done quite a few videos on this on my YouTube channel. I am very much on YouTube, although because the series came out and because I was on the production, post-production, I had stuff, we all had post-production, we all had things that we needed to do because we're a part of this and we want to spread awareness, and it's important for us for the story to get further out, and it's important for there to be awareness, and we want justice to be coming for Robert. We would love people to contact the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office and ask them why they haven't arrested Robert SHINN yet.
And I would advise against that, because you do not want to, I mean, what is the point of having a law system? To punish people, make it go through, like allegations. There's only allegations. They're pending. The California case goes to court in, 2025? Why couldn't this documentary wait until there were actually proven facts, actually proven in the court of law, rather than just basing their whole documentary on allegations that have not been proven yet? They've not been proven and maybe won't be proven. Some of the facts that were used in a court, like a lawsuit that had been dismissed. Katie refers to that a lot, the Lydia Chung lawsuit. But there's no way she's going to let you know that it was all dismissed. No charges for Robert SHINN. She needs Robert SHINN. Katie Choi needs Robert SHINN to be arrested so that her lawsuit ends. That's the reason she wants him arrested, in my opinion. The reason she got out of her lawsuit with Todd Chrisley. Yes, Todd Chrisley has also sued her for defamation. He was going to bring her down. He actually exposed her for extorting his son, Chase Chrisley. Katie was shopping around Lindsay Chrisley's supposed sex tape that didn't exist, but, Miss Manipulator wanted everyone to believe that it did. And then, hit up Chase for $5,000. Pay me or I will release it to TLC. And this whole time tried to convince Chrisley that she was best friends with Lindsay, that Lindsay was her source on everything that she was posting about Chrisley. But no, lies. To the point where Lindsay called her a stalker and to leave her family alone, and Katie continued to post We're boy mums. We bond, you know? And she's single white female, Lindsay. Started dressing like her, acting like her mannerisms. It's creepy. And then, yeah, what she did to Tati. Absolutely, you know, didn't hold back. Got like Swanson, the business owner that was like in a lawsuit with Tati over like their contract and all that. Like Katie, because she hated Tati that much, just believed everything that Swanson fed her and posted it as fact. And the only reason that lawsuit didn't go through was because Katie's socks had a party and just I don't even know how to explain how the end of that, the shit show that happened in that lawsuit. I've never seen anything like it. But Katie's sock accounts were like an army, and they were attacking through like DMs and Twitter and everything Emily D. Baker and Tati's lawyer and Tati's other lawyers, their team, and like sending them really disgusting shit like CP. And yeah, Katie was laughing. She was laughing at them getting attacked by these socks until people pointed it out. How come they're not attacking you? Next day, they're attacking Katie. She really does think that everyone is dumb. All she's got is lies. There's no truth. There's no source. There's nothing. 7M is her end. She went and shared information with the directors of this docuseries, information that she was being sued for sharing in the first place, information that was protected by a protective order that was not for the public. But she's above the law. It's disgusting, the amount of people that she's harming, and to say a call out, a call for action to get Robert arrested. What about a call to action to get Katie arrested for abusing her animals, for having the same fence that she's been not upgrading her fence for her dog's safety? She adopted a puppy mill pup. She rescued a dog that was in a puppy mill. And this dog has like jumped the fence multiple times, bolted. Instead of training the dog, setting boundaries, getting a better fence, she locks them in the house 24/7. And when this dog wants to go out to the toilet, it is on a yard chain. So this dog was rescued from a puppy mill. And now whenever it goes outside, it's on a yard chain. The amount of abuse that's happening in this house is through the roof. And Katie's provided all the evidence. More evidence against Katie for the neglect of her son and her animals than there is for Robert SHINN. Think about that. Just Google Katie. Google Katie Joy's son. Google Katie Joy without a crystal ball. Press enter. She's not who she wants everyone to believe. She's evil. And it's just fucking ridiculous that like people like Netflix, people like production company believed her, used her in their project. But then it makes you think, like, what else has Netflix like fed us that is just allegations and gets people riled up? Probably making a murderer, Stephen Avery, publicly prosecuted just by shit that's posted on Netflix, because that's what people consume the most. Oh my God, it's just absolutely, I can't believe that Katie's reached this point. It has to be her end. Like, it just has to be the amount of damage that she has done by pretending to be someone she's not. Calling for him to be arrested. She tags the LA sheriff and all that in her posts. It's exactly what she did with the guy that she says was her like that R'd her. it was found in that case that like the evidence didn't match what Katie was saying. The guy wasn't guilty. 20 years later or whatever, 10 years later, she's still going on like he's guilty, posting on Twitter that he needs to be arrested. Katie needs to be arrested. No, don't, you know, but, you know, in a world where I would say that, I would say that.
We would love, love, love for justice to be served and for Robert to be arrested, because no woman is safe with Robert on the streets. I know off the top of my head 10 women that have accused him of rape. That's a lot of women. That's serial raping right there under the guise.
Allegations. Several allegations doesn't mean someone is a serial blah, blah, just because you say.
Of being the man of God. And so, yeah, it's easy to get into the logistics of who's in and who's out, but the crux of it is that Robert is an alleged serial rapist, and he is dangerous. And he is also an alleged con man. He's also an alleged human trafficker. And he's dangerous. And he is a danger to society, in my opinion.
Well, you might want to say alleged now, but the damage is done, Paulson, because back in 2022, the judge actually has video you live on IG, sloshed off your tits, drunk, saying he's a human trafficker. He's sex trafficking all these like dancers. She has no idea what she's talking about, but she's convinced herself that it's the truth. So there's no point saying alleged, but there is now because, you know, I don't know. Has she realized that she's being sued 2 years later? She's just like, what kind of idiot? Like the amount of stuff that she's been posting since this docuseries like was released. She's in an active lawsuit. You're not looking very smart, Katie, because the smartest people are Robert Shinn. Not saying anything. Well, they did release a statement, but you know, you fact checked it for us and dismissed the whole thing. So, Paulson, really, where's the popcorn?
And he needs to be arrested. No, Robert doesn't have that many ties, to be honest. I spoke to someone that works in law, who is in the legal side of things in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is just extremely bogged down. And because there's no statute of limitations on rape, those cases are not the highest priority. So yeah, the real issue here is not who's spoken to what parents, which one's in. The real focus is, why has Robert Shinn not been arrested? Why has Robert Shinn not been taken to jail? Why isn't the IRS coming down on him? Why aren't the FBI people raiding him? It is getting late here. Say grape. Oh, it just said I was flagged. Interesting. It really bothers me that these social... Interesting. Say grape. Oh, it just said I was flagged. Interesting. It really bothers me that these social media platforms are so weird about that. Like...
I think it's good. I think it is good that they have high sensors and they pick up on way more than what Instagram does. Instagram is like, predators are us. Anything goes. But that's meta for you. I love that she was flagged for one of her favorite words, you know, because she has been ARD, but she loves saying that word. I can't even say that word. I have to say R, you know? There's a lot of Katie. I wish a big red flag came up or something, or the whole screen went red, just so we can get the big picture. Katie. You'll know for next time, Katie. You'll know for next time. Oh. Are you sad?
He's a serial rapist, okay? He's a serial rapist.
I thought you said alleged.
Wow. That's incredible. I'm not surprised she went to the wedding, no. All right, my son is about to go to bed, so I need to say goodnight to him. And I might be back on live later, but this was super fun. If you haven't been following me here, make sure to follow me. Go on to my Instagram too. It's Without a Crystal Ball. And then I'm also on YouTube. That's my biggest platform. I have long stream videos about this situation. I also cover sister wives. I cover the Duggars. I cover all kinds of cults over on my YouTube channel. That's my biggest platform. I think there's like 371,000 subscribers over there. Check me out over there. Make sure you follow over here. Thank you guys so much for all those of you that were like giving gifts and stuff. I wasn't expecting that. I really appreciate that. Thank you for helping me build this platform. But most importantly, thank you for helping us spread the story. Make sure again that you tell your friends about this situation. Tell your friends to watch the series. Again, tag the LAPD, tag the LA Sheriff, the County Sheriff's Department, and just help us get Robert SHINN put away.
God, there's just so much going on the screen. I can't. My ADHD is just like, that is way too much stuff going on. Like, what was Katie saying? I was looking at all the pretty pictures and that thing that came up and kissed her on the face. And then, yeah, what's all this? Like ×6. Does she get money for that? Like gifts? She's like, I wasn't expecting gifts. Bullshit. That's at top of your list. That's why you play so nice. You love the gifts. Give me the gifts. Give me the gifts. For goodness sake. Yeah, I don't think that's her though. The other TikTok that is her, like, the titles of those videos. That's like not how Katie writes, but is that the one you're thinking of? The one that's with the main, like, Without a Crystal Ball handle. But she has deleted, up until yesterday, she still had all her old TikToks about, the animals and that, but they're gone now because she's a reporter. This is her new gig. Is it gig or jig? Yeah, jig. When you're a liar. I don't know. I'm just making up my own words because when I get to the end of Katie's lives, I've got no brain cells left to conclude. Those fingers. Those ET quote finger fingers. They're just so. I live for it though. I do. I live for the end. Those peace signs. Oh, Katie, what a load of crap! And you never came back. Oh, did you have to do mummy duty, or did you get the nights mixed up? Maybe. Yeah, she never came back. Maybe she was pissed off that, she got flagged for using her favorite words. Like, how am I going to survive? I'll never have a TikTok career now. Every second word will be flagged. I know. Same. Goose says, I want to know why KJ is allowed to break terms of service on every platform. It will come back. Like, karma will catch up to her. It always does. For some reason, it's extra slow with Katie, but 7M, it has to happen. Like 7M, I've got all my eggs in that basket, and I know that's not how you play, but we're desperate. We've been on this carousel from hell since 2019. We have seen this same thing play out over and over, but there's never been, Netflix involved. I remember when I can't even remember what it was, when Janelle from Teen Mum got like kicked off, like one of her final times, and she's like, that's all right, I've got Netflix, they're calling me every day for me to like have my show on there or something. It's always the big thing. This is not shiny happy people level of success, because Katie didn't pass the background check for shiny happy people by Amazon Prime. Was not included. Yeah. And that was her favorite topic, the Duggars, because they looked at her channel and saw that she'd almost done 1,000 videos on them with no point, and it was all harassment And it was all re-traumatization because she just continually posts George Duggar's face, not realizing that that's triggering. But she, you know, only just recently found out that retelling their stories triggers victims. Can you believe that? That she's only just found out? So 4 years of damage, harm. Oh, short order cook. How short? Do you play Diner Dash? I wonder if she got a strike on her YouTube channel and she thought she'd better start TikTok. Yeah, well, I think she's just after following the spotlight, and it shines brightest on TikTok because it's the biggest. But last time she was on TikTok, I mean, they totally ripped her apart because she's not used to that level of interaction and people actually calling her out for bullshit, which she can't control. Oh, this just reminds me of Periscope though. But thank God it's better quality. But I don't like filters on her face. I didn't even like filters on my own face. Like if I go on like something and it's got the filter on it, like when I brought my new phone, its default mode was in filter. And I'm like, no, I don't want to look like a 12-year-old. You know, I want my story on my face. I want my wrinkles. Those are my laughs. Those are my tears. Those are my, you know, my journey is written on my face. I don't want to look like I'm 12 and have like a, you know, 40-year-old body. It's so scary. It's just, and even worse because my nieces are now into Snapchat, and Snapchat is not what it used to be. Like the filters used to be decent back in the day. I'm talking like 2020. Now they're just all like that one size fits all face. The Kardashian face is just so bad because I don't want my nieces to think that that is something to aim for. Like I just wrote this whole comedy like set about like, am I the only person that doesn't have lip filler? Because my best friend said that I am. But I can't be. Like every single person has lip filler now. Or only like certain people, maybe. I don't know. But it's confusing. I put a filter on Katie on Instagram that gave her huge lips, like and no one could tell that it was fake. And they were like, is this real? And I didn't want to say that it wasn't real, but I had to. And then I might post it on YouTube. But yeah, it looks pretty real because that's where it would head for. You haven't had any, Cactus High 10, Llama Girl. Llama Girl says, I haven't had any fillers or Botox either. So proud to hear, like, and just like, thank God there's people out there that aren't filling their face. I know there's a lot of you, but sunscreen, all you need is sunscreen. That is the elixir of youth. Pour that on your face. I mean, yeah. It's just we've had it drilled into our like brains here in Australia, like sunscreen. Like we couldn't even go and play if we didn't have a hat because we've got no ozone layer here in Australia. Like there's a big hole in the ozone layer. I don't know if it's still there, but it can never regenerate. So like our sun and UV is like intense. I don't know. I might be talking shit. I don't think I am. I read it somewhere. I don't know. By the time I get to the end of these, I'm just like, whoa, you really were in the slip, slop, slap. Do you have slip, slop, slap over there in London? Llama? Probably not. It's probably like Aussie thing. I'm just thinking like all the songs from the 80s are running through my head. 1983. I was born in 1982. 1980 poo. I know. TK, I'm not putting anything on my face. Oh my gosh. I have kissed someone with lip filler. I mean, I kissed my friend. Just, you know, that's what you do when you go out and you don't want to get picked up by anyone. So you pretend to be a lesbian with your best friend. Anyone else? No? I just wear a wedding ring on my finger when I go out now. It keeps everyone away. But yeah, back then I didn't have one. So, you know, kiss my friend with the lip fillers, and wow, that was bouncy. It was really bouncy, more bouncy than what I expected. I don't know what I expected, but that wasn't what I expected. It was very like jelly lips. I didn't like it. I had nightmares. But yeah, thank God we're still friends, you know. Oh my God, you lived in the desert? In what country? In the middle of the desert? Did you see a mirage? Did you ride a camel llama? Oh my God, did you ride a llama? Is a llama an alpaca? Are they the same thing? Are they in the same family? I should Google it. I should ask Siri, but I've actually muted her because she's fucking annoying. Oh, Southern California. Wow. You really have gotten around. I can't stand the heat, so that sounds like hell. I'm actually just loving this weather. Finally, it's winter. Finally, it's pissing down with rain. It's cold. It's hoodie weather. It's so good. And I'm the only one in my family that likes winter, and everyone's whinging. Yes. Oh, I love hearing that, Colleen. Earned every wrinkle on your face. Plus, you've lived, you know? Like, imagine looking into the mirror and you just, everything's so smooth. Like, have you even lived? I can't look at KLOE Kardashian's face. I can't look at their faces, even the mum, because it's sad. That's a mental illness, surely. Trying to be young and remain young. And that's a walking nightmare. That's hell on earth. That's hell on legs. That's hell on legs. Yes, lifelines. Lifelines and lifelines. Or you get inside. I get sunburnt inside the house just by walking past the window. I'm like so white. That's why I really enjoyed when I had blonde hair, because it's kind of like molly grubs, and I like blended into my bathroom walls. Now I'm just like, no, I miss my blonde hair so much, because I look at myself now and I'm like, who is this? I haven't come to terms with me as a brunette yet, although I'm going to go get my hair cut this week. So hopefully I'll come to terms with my hair once I have it changed. Oh, TK, take care. It felt like forever since I'd seen you. But yeah, I thought I'm probably end this. Well, I don't want to hit 2 hours. God, 1 minute 48. Guys, thanks so much for like hanging in there and watching this with me. And sorry if I cut in too many times. Katie, this was a lot. You know, there's a lot going on the screen and your face. I don't know if the filter was the best choice, because this filter gives you big eyes, you know, like the hungry wolf. Hungry like the wolf. Yeah, but not the good kind. You're the kind that eats Red Riding Hood. That's you. Have a good day, TK. Have a good day, guys, everyone. If this is the end of your day, have a good sleep. I'm going to definitely have a good sleep. And we have so much to catch up on. She doesn't stop posting, and it just keeps like, I want to go through the question and answer things she did on the shins and all her IG story posts, but oh my God, it's like a lot. And yeah, so we'll have to commit one day and just go through it. There's so much that I need to go over. I still need to go over the body cam audio and address the dog situation. I'll have to get my shit together. But that will all be coming up. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, share, comment below, replay crew. Or if you were in chat and I missed something that you wanted me to see, you can comment in the comments below. Just tag me, make sure I see it. And yeah, consider subscribing and that will be cool. We are growing. We're past 3K now. I know I finally made it to 3K and that just means a lot for me because this channel has been very slow and at growing because Katie's tortured my soul basically. Because Katie, like, I've seen evil in her and yeah, it made me leave my channel twice, but I've stayed with it now. And yeah, I'm just thankful and grateful for everyone that's followed me and continues to follow me. And we will continue to go forward and grow because I'm enjoying growing. Growing is fun, isn't it? Learning and growing and becoming someone, you know, Katie? Oh, you wouldn't know. No, you wouldn't know. Carousel from hell, round and round we go. Same thing every day. Nothing gets better. It's the same old way. Oh my God, when it rhymes, that means we're on the right track and we're on the right track to end it. Take care, guys. Oh my gosh, thank God we are at the end. Oh, I need the end button. Where's the end button? How do I get out of this? I can't see it. See you guys.